Well, it's a classic tale of forbidden love set to music. Here to tell us about the local staging of the off-Broadway favorite, The Fantasticks, is Rains Carr, artistic director at All Beaches Experimental Theater, or ABET. Good morning, Rains.
Good morning. How are you?
It's nice to have you back.
Thank you so much.
We are also joined by the production's co-directors, Josh Sewell and Elizabeth Dondero. Good morning.
Hey, good to see you.
It's good to have you. Thanks for being here. So the decision to produce this show grew out of some exigent circumstances.
Yeah.
You've kind of been going through it. Remind us a little bit, Rains, what happened with the theater and kind of how the Fantasticks landed on your to-do list.
Of course, yeah, I'll do that. So we were a leasing space out of Players by the Sea. Well, last time I saw you, we were about to put on the production of Stephen King's Misery.
Right.
There was a fire 24 hours before we were to open that show, literally the day after I saw you the last time. And so that has sort of shut down the theater for quite some time. And so we were going to do musical next. And I had decided to change our season and bring out the Fantasticks. I thought it would be really fun as a summer piece. It's got a really unique flavor. It's audience interaction. And because we had to pivot out of our larger space at Players by the Sea that we were going to use, I talked to the city of Atlantic Beach, and they welcomed us with open arms to come back to our original home at the Adele Grange Cultural Center that ABET was started in for 25 years. And because it's such a small, intimate space, I thought this would be the perfect show to be there right with, to interact with the audience.
I mean, so tell us what it is about the Fantasticks. It is, as we said, it's the longest running show in, history of theater in the United States, and I guess in the world. But what is it about this show for people who haven't seen it that kind of makes it an appropriate choice?
Oh yeah, Izzy, what do you think?
Well, it's about love, and I think that's like such a universal thing. And it's also like it's almost a Romeo and Juliet story. It's fun, it's funny, it's family friendly. Like there are jokes that the oldest person's gonna laugh at and the youngest kid's gonna laugh at. And I think that's kind of what made it so long lasting. Is there anything you want to add?
Oh, yeah. And also we've got, just like you said, something for every age. Like we've got sword fights, we've got romance, we've got jokes galore. So
great singing too, yeah.
And it is, to your point, it is kind of like an inversion in some ways of Romeo and Juliet. I mean, it does have, that the kind of star-crossed. In this case, though, it's the parents that are conspiring to pretend that they're that they hate each other in order to kind of trick the kids, the boy and the girl, into falling in love against their parents' wishes, right?
Exactly. And then, no spoilers, but in the second act, that sort of illusion starts to unravel a little bit, and we see the effects of what learning about that does to our young lovers. So
yeah. And so what is it that you are looking for with a cast like this? I mean, so much of the show is dependent on the two central characters, the two that fall in love.
Well, I was lucky enough, I teach voice lessons, and so I had several students that I knew that were the right age, 16 to 18, and that I knew were great singers. I encouraged them to audition. But really, they have this quality, especially like these girls that are that age, they are 16, that they have this like enthusiasm and joy that it's kind of hard to find in like somebody that might be 25 or older. They just like radiate.
They're all just cynical. No more hope for joy.
Yeah, exactly. And then Nick, who we have playing Matt, he has this great innocence about him too. I think he's just got off of his first year at UCF, but he plays with the girls like really well. They play off of each other, and it's just really nice to see them have that like young romance. I think everyone can kind of look at that and think about, romances that they had in their life when they were maybe in high school or like very beginning of college. So it's kind of fun to watch that.
What about the kind of future of ABET? Are we still in a transitory period?
We are still in a transitory period. As we discussed last time I was here, we've gone through 3 artistic directors. We've canceled 3 shows. We are moving forward, our 34th season. I'm going to announce that very soon.
Oh, cool.
We do not have a permanent home at the moment, so we are in the process of looking for a permanent home. Luckily, we have been partnered with the city of Atlantic Beach, and they reached out to us for this particular musical, but the next few shows are sort of up in the air. I don't know when or where they're going to be.
So this one's at Adele Grange.
This is at Adele Grange. The next one may or may not be there. The next one may or may not be there.
Well, so what
Yeah.
is the status of the damage? I mean, we know that the fire kind of sparked the water damage,
did.
which is the main damage.
It is.
But like, so what's the status of
So
actually
they've actually started to rebuild.
mhm.
So Players has rebuilt the offices as we speak. They've started to redo floors. They've started to redo ceilings, but the main studio space is still will be under probably the last one where the fire actually was. Will probably be the last one. I'm not really sure. But they have started to rebuild. So hopefully they can rebuild in time to, open some shows in the fall.
But you're
that
not
would
sure
be
if that's
interesting.
going to work with your
I don't know
timetable.
if that'll work for us because we may have to pivot and do other things. We'll just have to play it by ear and see. Hopefully, we can work with them. If we can't, we're going to try and strive and find our own home because we haven't had our own home in about 5 years.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you'll keep us updated. Rain's Carr.
Oh, yeah.
Also, Josh Sewell is Isabel Dondero. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great continuing performance
Thank you
Thank you so
Thanks
much. We
for having
appreciate
us.
you.
or break a leg.